Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot Your Love Story for the month of April 2019, and this is for you coming from Capricorn. Well, first let me give you my email address. It's andyhoro9, ANDIHORO9, the number 9, at gmail.com. First card that I pull will have to do with your first 15 days of April. And I'm going to tackle the chances of you finding a new romance, and if you do, what will happen? Well, it's a card that says you might meet somebody very proud and very egoistic and very difficult in temperament and very stubborn. That's what the card says. So if you find that you're attracted to somebody who is approaching you or that you are approaching, try to find out first, any of these issues, are they very prevalent? Are they very obvious? And if they are, then go slow and take it easy. So that's about your new romance. Now, about your ongoing romance, let's see what happens. Well, it's a card that says that compatibility problems are seen very strongly, and that's causing emotional differences. There's also a planet that shows control. Is it you wanting to control your romance partner right now in the first 15 days of April, or is your romance partner wanting to do that? So domination is another problem. So try not to do domination. Try to be very relaxed about things. Try not to bring up issues, and you will be able to do well enough in your ongoing romance. It's not a card that shows breakup. It's a card that shows temperament and oversensitivity. Now about your marriage. Well, it's a card that basically says that there are disagreements between you and your marriage partner, and these disagreements can have flashes of anger, and these flashes of anger are linked to communication. So is you listening to me? Don't hassle these planets in the first 15 days, or they'll put fire to whatever you are desiring to do with your marriage partner, and the trouble will grow. Leave alone problems that are simmering. Let the first 15 days be cool, and you will be happy enough in your marriage. Now, about your last 15 days, we'll start again with a possibility of a new romance for you coming from Capricorn. It says, yes, you can find a new romance, but it will be very troublesome, it will be very complicated, it's going to give you a lot of misery where emotions are concerned. So what do you do? Well, you can test the water with this new romance. Don't give your heart away too quickly. Take your time, have the approach in a very sensible way, and see whether the compatibility areas are good enough. If they are not, let the 15 days, first let the last 15 days of April go by and see what the month of May does for you. So the last 15 days says you can get a romance, but it will be a very difficult one, a new one. Let's talk about your ongoing romance. Well, it's all about money. That arguments in your ongoing romance are all to do with money and communications going bad and arguments starting. So this card says that also past issues are involved. So in your ongoing romance, there can be more than your share of problems in your ongoing romance. So is you listening to me? It's only the last 15 days, it's not 15 weeks or 15 months. So try to cool it in the last 15 days. Don't bring up issues which are very thorny and which can immediately spike a flame and everything gets into trouble. So take the soft approach. Let's talk about your marriage and see what the card says. Well, this is the card of domination. The card who wants to control everybody, whether it's marriage, whether it's children, whether it's siblings and everybody. So don't do that. Don't be dominating, don't be stubborn, be flexible, be negotiable, and your marriage in the last 15 days of April can be brought under control. And what are the problems? The problems are many, but they're all small problems, one leading to another. So in the last 15 days, finding solutions to things in your marriage may not be easy. Leave it alone. It's only 15 days, let them pass. Now for you in Capricorn, I'm going to talk to you about your lucky ages. And let's see what are the special ages which people might be to become very lucky. And I will go for these ages. If you happen to be the ages of 18 or 27 or 36 or 45 or 54 or 63 or 72 or even 81, you are going to be very lucky in the month of April as far as romance and marriage areas are concerned. So you'll find solutions easily. You'll have the luck to contact somebody and to draw interest for the somebody in the form of a new romance or an ongoing romance, and your marriage will do pretty well. If you're not of these ages, you'll have to have a consultation with me, and that's for 90 minutes, which will cost you USD 50, and I'll tackle your next 7, 8 or 9 years based on your date of birth, time of birth, and look at your palms, give you a lot of information about your personal lucky lottery numbers, your directions, your colors. We'll talk about that a bit more later. Now I want to talk to you about your lucky colors for you coming from Capricorn. For the month of April, I like you to wear a lot of red. Undergarments, top garments, contact red, hold a handkerchief that's red. And when you wear red, you ignite the good energy of many planets in the month of April to give you the determination level to get what you want in romance, to do well in your marriage as well. Wear plenty of red. Now we're going to talk about direction. So around Earth, our Earth where we live, we have got 9 planets surrounding it. So when you look left and you look right and you look straight and you look back, you'll be facing one planet or another. So what am I going to recommend in terms of direction to be lucky and to be inspired? Face south as much as you can. Face south. When you face south, there's a cluster of planets for the month of April, which will give you plenty of good news in romance, plenty of good news in marriage, so that you become happier and happier. Now we will talk about your lucky days. So let's see what your lucky days are going to be for the month of April. And this is the card of Mars, M-A-R-S, the planet Mars. So I'll have to choose the days which are going to be Tuesdays. So your Tuesdays in the month of April will help you a lot in the area of romance, whether to find a new one, whether to make the ongoing one happy, and to make your marriage and family areas very happy as well. So choose Tuesdays to go out and have fun and be together and do all that bonding, and you'll be very lucky. Now we're going to talk about a zodiac sign that's going to cause you a lot of trouble for you coming from Capricorn. And let's see who this person could be that wants to disturb you so much in romance and marriage, and for you coming from Capricorn. Well, I make this the card of Aquarius, and basically it says you can be made a fool of. It's a card that's called the Fool anyway. So you can be made a fool of in terms of being let down in romance. I'm talking only of a new romance. So the new romance that you might be interested in, or somebody who's interested in you in the whole month of April, be careful that you could be made a fool of. So do some research about this person, and this person, from what the card says, it comes from Aquarius. So if your ongoing romance partner or a new romance partner or your marriage partner is from Aquarius for the month of April, you're going to have a lot of problem with that person. So try to remain calm and try not to be provocative and control your ego. You can't control anybody else's ego. Now I'm going to talk to you about who you might form an attachment to in the month of April. Somebody would be very interested in you. You could be very interested in somebody, and this card says there's got to be somebody from Gemini. There's the signs of Gemini and Mercury and Uranus. So somebody from Gemini is very interested in you in the month of April to start a romance, or you might be very interested, and that would be a very good sign because it shows compatibility, a very good beginning for a new romance. And I'll apply this card also to your ongoing romance. And the ongoing romance, if the person is from Gemini, you will do very well. And your ongoing romance, even if the person is not from Gemini, the only thing I would say is don't use harsh words for the month of April. So you could be attracted to somebody from Gemini, and if your marriage partner is from Gemini, you will do very well as well. Understanding will be very good. Okay. Now, regarding this 90-minute session, which will cost you USD 50, and I'll have your date of birth and your time of birth and look at your palms, and I'll tackle your next 7, 8, or 9 years in all areas of your life, your job, your business, your finances, your romance, your marriage, your health. And I'll give you your personal lucky lottery numbers and your lucky colors and your lucky days and your lucky gemstones and your lucky directions. A lot of energy from the universe so that you can get your next 7, 8, or 9 years perfectly under your control. I'll give you that personal lucky lottery numbers. I'll show you how to do it. And so, by all means, send me an email at andyhoro9, ANDIHORO9, the number 9, at gmail.com, and I'll reply to your questions, and let's get it on. Thank you and goodbye.